All right, so I'm driving down the road here. I have to go do some interviews and some different things for a trial. And I posted something on Facebook that I was getting ready for a trial, and started this discussion about how, I don't like going to district court because it's so hard to win there. The judges there are usually buddies with the police officers, and it's very difficult to win often. And I wound up appealing to circuit court anyway. And a couple of people asked me, well, why don't you just go straight to circuit court? Why even mess with district court? Why, just plead them guilty in district court and then appeal it, Because they certainly have the right for that. They have a right, if they're charged with a crime, they have a right to a jury trial. And I wanted to respond to a couple of those questions. Why even mess with district court? But I'm driving. I had to start driving because I have to go up and interview a witness, and I don't like to text and drive, for the record. So here's the deal. Why don't we just skip district court if we think we're going to lose there and go straight to circuit? Well, there's several reasons. One is district court is free. It doesn't cost anything. If you get arrested for a misdemeanor, for free you get to go to district court. To appeal to circuit court costs money. It's a couple $100s almost. And for a lot of our clients, that's a lot of money, and it's just something that it's a factor. I've had people who I encouraged them to appeal to circuit court and thought they had a great case, and they're just like, I have no more money to put into this. I'm sorry. So the other reason, the one touched on by Mr. Thomas in the replies in this thread, is we use it for discovery. Since it's free, why not go and hear what the officer has to say? My client is not compelled to testify, and there have been a number of occasions where I have gone. The state has to put their case on first. The prosecution calls the police officers or whatever witnesses they have, and they say what they're going to say. And I'll ask them questions, whatever questions I want to ask them, to find out what their answers are. And then when it comes time for us to put on a defense, I'll say, Your Honor, we're not going to put on a defense. We'll just save our defense for circuit court. Thank you very much. Do whatever you're going to do. And of course, they hate it when I do that. They always know, well, crap, right away we know this is appealed to circuit. But that's the breaks. Now, there's a distinction there in how I would move forward. And this was touched on by my friend Carl, who said that sometimes he takes a court reporter. What I don't want to happen is I don't want to go to district court and ask the police officer a bunch of questions that's going to clue the police officer in as to what he's saying wrong, he or she is saying wrong, and how I'm going to trap them. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, as it were. So if my client cannot afford a court reporter, and I don't have any way to record the trial, then I will not reveal any secrets. I will ask questions I want to ask, see what the police officer says, but not at all ask any controversial questions, because all I'll do is teach the police officer what to say in circuit court, and then I'll have a harder time there. So if I'm able to take a court reporter or somehow record the proceeding, then I might go ahead and cross-examine the officer and just make him or her look like a dumbass if I can, right there in district court. And even though the district court judge finds them guilty, a jury won't, based on that same testimony. And then if they go to circuit court, if they give the same story and they look like a dumbass again, that's good. And if they change their story and I can say, well, look, you changed your story, that's good too. So either way, that works out good. But we use that district court case to figure out what we're going to do in circuit court, Another reason to always go to district court and test the waters is sometimes you don't know the dynamics. You don't know what's going on. I mean, anything can happen. For instance, some of the district court judges, the better ones especially, there are some police officers out there that they hate. The police officer, for whatever reason, has ruined his or her credibility with that judge, or I don't know, maybe the police officer dated the judge's, daughter and it was a bad deal. I don't know. I mean, it could be anything. But for whatever reason, it doesn't matter what that police officer does, that judge is that police officer has no credibility with that judge, and you'll win just because of that. Not even really anything else. Because if a police officer doesn't have credibility with a judge, police officers screwed, and defense attorneys usually sitting in good shape. Another reason that I go to district court is because I haven't completely given up on the district court judges. I complain about district court judges a lot, maybe more than I should, but the truth is that sometimes I get surprised. Sometimes they make the right decision when I think they were going to make the wrong. I figured they'd make the wrong decision, and sometimes I just get surprised. I've been pleasantly surprised several times. Why not give your client that opportunity? And then another reason, not to just bypass district court is because the circuit courts are very busy. The circuit court prosecutors are busy. The circuit court judges are busy, and they don't like handling district court stuff, misdemeanor stuff. It really kind of pisses them off. And they especially don't like it if you don't even give the district court judge a chance to do the right thing. If you appeal up to circuit court and you didn't even give the district court judge a chance, you're kind of taking a chance, because you better win, because the judge could make things bad on your client. The judge is limited sometimes in their power if it's a jury trial, but even if it's a jury trial, it's never a good thing to go in with the judge all pissed off at you to start with, or the prosecutors. I have a good relationship with circuit court prosecutors, so I try not to take stuff up there, misdemeanor stuff, for no reason when there's no reason. And their argument would be that if I took it up there without even letting the district court judge have the opportunity to dispose of it, that there was no reason. I think that they understand it. If I go to district court and lose and appeal it up, they understand that is a right. But if I don't even go, I just say, well, I'm going to lose anyway, so I'm not even going to let the district court look at it. I'm just going to take it straight to circuit. Well, they kind of, they don't like that outcome. So it's a small chance to win, and it's a chance that you don't want to give up. You don't want to just walk away from for your client, because it costs a lot of money to go to circuit. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. But sometimes, often, it's necessary. It's what we do. So that's my answer. Sorry I couldn't write it down, but I'm driving.